Call hallelujah. Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honors to apostles and elders in New York, GMS. Salutation to Yahweh World is teaching truth when your lives online for it. Shalom to you, serious Aqua. My name is Maya Kahala Van Gad. The Chicago branch of Great Millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we are not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds, scatterbrass speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their fathers' paternal bloodline go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. We are not affiliated with any violent militant terrorist groups. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite camps. Then right here, man, it's just Sonetta interviewing Prince Asiel's son. Who they talking about their plight over there in the homeland Israel? Esau's kicking them out of there. Amalek. All right, and that's his wife to the left. Going over the pants and flesh on. But anyway, Jake, man. Well, anyway, but just watch what he say, man, and it's just watch what he say. All right, about Amalek over there, those the Israelis. All right, because Israelis means Israeli means citizen of modern day state of Israel. Israelite means one who is descended from Jacob, connected to Jacob, connect, descend, same thing. All right, paternally. All right, paternal through your father. All right, but anyway, watch this.
Nashim and all these great men. So we were showing that, hey, we were a solid force, that we were immovable. And guess what they did? They left us alone. But again, they had another plan. And their plan was, okay, we're seeing that you've been a model civilization and community in Israel. You, through your Hebrew culture and your music, has influenced the state of Israel. Everybody loves your music, and we come down and listen to your concerts.
Oh, let me read this. We won't take down section 1 of South Korea provide a statutory framework for a term where something is fair use and identify certain types of use such as criticism, comment, news for teaching, scholarship, and research. Example, aptitude, qualified fair use. All right, so I do not own this clip belongs to Sonetta, for just for educational purposes. All right, back to this.
And your vegan cuisine is the best, because when we first landed in Israel in 1971, Tel Aviv, we started when we started to move around and about, we would go to Jerusalem and Tel Aviv and see pigs hanging in their markets. Am I right, Lorraine? Now, that, for our people who may not understand, that's what they say, asur, that is not kosher. It's forbidden in both Muslim culture and Jewish culture to eat the swine, to eat the flesh of a pig. But if it's only Jews and European Arabs, who the hell's eating the flesh? You see, they were hypocrites. They were playing, and we were showing the authenticity. And I know a lot of people are gonna be mad when we talking like this, because you can't come at these people like that. But I gotta speak truth to power.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta tell the real story, because again, I don't care what any of my people try to say or brandish us. You steal my brother, you steal my sister. I know my real enemy. I know what they have done to us from their first interaction with our people in this land and on the continent. So I got to speak truth to power. Now, this is what they started to do, and this leads up to this, and I'll close on this. I don't want to be long with it. But, sister, they said, okay, we're going to give you permanent residency. We're not going to grant you citizenship, because then you have the right.
All right, so right there, he said that Esau, all right, had pigs hanging out in the market, man. Swine. That's totally against the law. You read that in Leviticus 11, also Deuteronomy chapter 14, man. All right, now this is the question for you Christians, man. If they the real children of Israel, and you heard the prince just witness that he seen swine being hung in a meat market. You know, he said, well, he said, who the heck could be eating him, man? You know, you only had Amalek over there, those Israelis, then you had Ishmael over the Arabs, man. All right. So Amalek posed himself as Amalek over there. Esau posed himself as the children of Israel, but then you had Ishmael the other side. And I'm like, what's them being hypocrites, man? All right. What they call it? They call it what? White steak. White steak. All right. That's a no-no, man. White steak in Israel. That's what they call Pete. This is crazy, man. Pork in Israel. This from 2 years ago. White meat is part of the struggle by Jewish tradition, practice Jewish state. Pork products from Kibble Israel are sold in Israeli grocery market. When they thought it was real, despite last week, as with restaurants started to navigate the ruling class had lost one against the restaurant owners that punishes. Serving free food worth 2.4 million shekel, roughly 700,000 to a restaurant could also receive wild press coverage. Judgment fits to a greater question. It was around the raising of pigs and availability of pork. It said, despite Judaism prohibition eating pork, pigs are raised, slaughtered, processed food in Israel. Pork, referred as white meat in Hebrew, has been available in numerous restaurants in Israel for decades. Shall violation of kosher law be punished in Israel? It said, what about eating a cheeseburger or drinking milk with the meat? First of all, that law is talking about. I know what they're talking about when it says, what's that law? You should not eat. I forgot to paraphrase, but it's cut meat, young cut. But basically talking about eating a young. It's not talking about that. It's talking about eating a young calf. Not talking about you can't eat cheese with burger, man. It comes bugged out, man. But anyway, it says the controversy has a history. All right, it says all right. It said 1961 Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion simply advocated for a law forbidding pig farming in Israel shortly. Though under pressure from France, Israel's main supplier of military technology, China, connects them in the bill allow pork to be raised and consumed in Christian areas of the country. It won't be no pork in it anyway, man. Cause the original Christian were Israelites, and Saint Maurice was a Christian, and Saint Maurice didn't eat pork. In fact, let me pull that up. I'll pull that up. All right. I know it when I was saying it might eat. But I hope it's still here and eat pork. Right. Well, these will Jake anyway or more. Let's see. Hope I can find it. You see this thing back in the day when I used to well, so pull him up. He didn't eat pork. All right. If I can't find it on here, anyway, Let's see if it pop up on here. It was one of those things. Well, I have to look him up. He didn't eat pork, right? Yeah, Israelite anyway. That's why he didn't raise a sword to his own people. All right, but anyway, it says one of them damn Catholicism anyway, back in the same, right? See if I can find it on here. If I can't find it, I'll find it later on. All right. Right, so here's Saint Maurice Agnew, born last 250 years after Yahushua HaMashiach. He became a general Roman army stationed what is now France. Saint Maurice and 6,000 African soldiers, those Israelites, were ordered to put down rebellion against the empire. When Saint Maurice discovered they were all Christians, number of Israelites, he and his men refused to fight their fellow Christians. They also refused to sacrifice to Roman gods. For this, you know what they used to sacrifice Roman gods? Pigs and stuff. Right? It said, for this, the emperor had Saint Maurice, nearly all his demon legion, executed a basilica in Argos in Switzerland and tried to remain today, man. All right, but one of them damn Catholicism, man. All right, but anyway, back then, during Saint Maurice time. All right. So he's put to death because he didn't want to raise a sword to his own people, the Israelites. All right. Let me see what was up in here. All right, it says, all right. I'm trying to find it. If I can't find it, I'll find it later on. All right, but he said he didn't make no sacrifice to Roman gods, and what the Romans god take sacrifice? Swine, unclean animals, man. All right, same thing like the Greeks did. They were the same people. They took on identity of brown skinned people, dark melanated people called they was the sons of Japheth. All right, they pushed them out. Today they are the ones, the brown people, the original Greeks and Romans. They are today they call themselves Hawaiian, Samoan, you know. It's a lot. That's my dog. Somebody at the door, so you know. All right. You can see it. All right, but yours. I just want to get the point where it said it was in there one time. He said he didn't eat pork, but he said he didn't sacrifice to Roman gods, so you know they sacrificed to. But anyway, all right, but it was supposed to be no salak. All right. All right. But anyway, man, there was supposed to be no swine or anything, no pork, aka white meat, being sold in Israel, man. But it showed they not the people, man. All right, because it says right here, Micah chapter 4, verse 1 says, "When the last day come to pass that the mountain, the house of your house shall be established in the top of the mountains, it shall be exalted above hills, and people shall flow onto it. And many nations shall come and say, Come, let us go up to the mountain Yahweh, into the house of the power of Jacob. He will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths, for the laws will go forth out of Zion." All right. All right. So what it says in the law, it says what? Oh boy. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, you go to Matthew 5:17. You tell you, Yahushua said he come not to destroy the law. All right. Then Deuteronomy 14, Deuteronomy chapter 14, tell you what foods are forbidden. That is swine, man. So it's a question for vocab alone. If they the people, how come they not obeying the laws and chapter commandments? As it says in this prophecy, man. All right. So, you know, that's it. Um, you know, hope you all been edified and all right, and shalom.